Behold, behold, here I am, Emperor Selassie Shante. I heard the words of my give thanks and praise. Karibu sana. This is Kenya Revolutionary. Kenya Revolutionary. Karibu, karibu, karibu for another brand new day, brand new topic, same issues on Kenya politics, or should I say Kenya politics. Karibu sana, wherever you are, wherever you're watching. I'm on X right now. I'm on X and I'm on Facebook Live. Not Facebook, sorry. It's YouTube Live. So you know the first order of the business. If you haven't, the first order of business is to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe immediately and turn on the notification button on, so every time I come live you can find me. The link is down there, unaweza kuiona hapo hivyo mara moja. I'm highlighting it wherever you're watching it from. Okay, so anyway, I won't be here for long, as you know. Nitakuwa maybe an hour, maybe less, maybe 30 minutes. So you never know, just depends. Kuna mechi kubwa leo. Real Madrid, Les Merengues versus the Bayern Munich. The leaders of the Spanish League and the leaders of the German League are facing off in a semi-final later on. So mpaka tumaliza mapema so we can get to watch that game. But anyway, again, the first order of a business, please hurry up and like the video. Like the video if you're subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Tuingie kwa mada. Today, are the doctors' strikes over? By all news reports, we are being told that the doctors have reached an agreement with the government to end the 55-day strike. Okay? Azimio also are back at it again. Walikuwa walitoa press conference. Kalonzo was out there talking about the floods and the victim of the floods. Akikosoa serikali. Meanwhile, Raila Odinga, Hassan Joho, and the gang were down in, I think, in Migori somewhere to try to strengthen their influence in Nyanza province. As you know, UDA were there. This past weekend, I think, there was skirmishes in Migori and Kisii. So they went up there to, uangalie nini inaendelea, because they are blaming PS Omolo, saying that PS Omolo is kind of using the police forces or, security forces to, start Vita. That's the accusation they're making. I can't say that that's what's really happening, but that's what the Azimio folks are saying. So maybe they feel like they're losing ground in Kisii and in Migori, in some part of Nyanza province. We never know. We'll look into that. But first, we have to start with the drama za kila siku. Yesterday, I played a long interview of Miguna at Obina's show. So it's only fair if I give it a response. And I shall play you a response by somebody called Macarena. I'll not play the whole video, but I'll play just a few, for those of you who might not didn't enjoy the interview by Miguna. So here is a shot, then I'll enter into the mada. Mpaka tuanze na kitu chengine, alafu ndio mada tunaingianga you have to have an appetizer kidogo ndio tuingie kwa mada. Ama namna gani? Okay, let's just play this a little bit. Macarena, I think, is a businessman somewhere, and he had some skirmish. Actually, he had a debate with, a few days ago, he had a debate with, what's that guy? Oscar Choi, whatever his name is. I don't take these guys seriously. They are entertaining. I know Oscar Cosmo Choi, whatever the case is, wants to run for a position in Embakasi. So we'll see how that goes. But here is Ujamaa anajitaje. Macarena was responding to Ruto's not Ruto, responding to Miguna's interview. Okay, so here it is. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, like the video. Usingoje, please. That's the first order of business. Sasa tucheze Macarena kidogo, alafu tusikie I don't not the Macarona song, but Macarona the Macarona the person. Here's what he has to say. Na tusikie, alafu tukiendelea. All right, here it is. Then we shall have a reaction to it. Jeez. All right, where is it at? Okay, ndio hiyo basi.
Na mimi huwa naongeleanga mambo ile inajulikana na ile iko kwa mwananchi wa kawaida. Leo hii nataka ukuja kwa Miguna. Miguna umesunguka Kenya, umetuzi Raila mpaka imefika mahali umeanza kulia huko airport. Serikali kwani ni wewe peke yako umewahi kuwa kwa opposition? Hata Matiba walikuwa kwa opposition. Wacha wewe mtu una faida nyoko. Kenya tunataka watu wawe na amani. Hata serikali yenyewe inajua mpaka kuwe na opposition. Sasa wewe ujulikani uko kwa serikali ama uko opposition. Nataka kuambia Miguna hivi. Kutuzi Uhuru, kutuzi Raila haiwezi fanya Ruto akupee kazi. Na nikuambie Ruto mtu mwenye anaamini ni Raila hata kuliko wewe. Wakati ulishikwa hapa ukilia airport, Ruto alikuwa deputy president. Ruto alikuwa kwa serikali. Ruto amekuwa kwa ODM, anajua tabia zako. Anajua wewe ni mtu huwezi kaa na mtu yoyote. Wewe unavaa gazumani hapa unafikiri sisi tutakuita Muislamu? Hiyo ni upuzi. Na nataka kuambia Wakenya kimtu kama hii. Mtu ambaye amesomezwa na community. Umekuwa na mandigiri ya upuzi. Hata ulisoma masomo au ikakusoma. Hauna maana. Sasa kama mimi mlemavu ndio nalipa ushuru. Wewe hauna wakati hata wa kufanya kazi. Hata kuwa mwizi. Uende jela serikali ipate kitu yako. Acha kuwa kila siku unazunguka huku. Raila asaidii. Kwani ile unataka kupea mtoto? Hakuna matuzi hata moja. Hujaita Raila. Raila si Mjaluo. Raila ni Linda. Na kama Miguna wewe unafikiria kutuzi Raila, kuna kitu utangeni Kenya hakuna. Kama unafikiri kutuzi Raila na Uhuru, Ruto atakupea kazi hawezi. Ruto anakujua tabia zako. Ruto anajua hakuna kazi unaweza fanya. Kama mtu mzima, mtu ambaye anajiita wakili, huwezi kaa kwa ofisi ufanye kesi hata moja. Wakenya wakuone umesaidia. Ni nini unasaidianga Wakenya? Tuko na Wamutata hapa, hii anaitwa Okiya Mutata. Okiya Mutata hata ndio watu wamchague senator. Alijipeana wakili yake kupigania Wakenya. Si upigania angalau serikali. Hata kama utaki kuwa kwa opposition, si upiganie serikali tuone kazi yako. Kazi yako ni kuweka tu kitambi, kukula tunju ya kutuzi watu na kuzunguka kwa maofisi ya serikali kuombaomba maminister tupesa. Ni mtu aina gani? Alafu unakuja hapa kutuambia, na nataka kuambia Miguna hivi. Uko na aibu sana. Babu Owino alifanya kesi kama mtoto wa Azimio ama Mkenya kama yule Mkenya mwingine. Koti ikasema Babu Owino hakupiga mtu yoyote risasi. Wewe umekuwa njanji, umejua Babu Owino alimpiga risasi.
Our internet bill went up.
Sorry, guys. That's
internet. No surprise price hikes or hidden fees because nobody likes surprises.
Hiyo familia ndio ilipigwa risasi. Umewahi, lakini huwezi pata kitu ya kuwapea. Wewe ni tekene kompega. Nataka kuambia Wakenya Wakenya wanaonanga Miguna kama mtu. Mimi kwangu huyu nilimsoma nikaona hii ni bure kabisa. Wewe
sorry, this is entertaining. This is entertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, please like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Let's go ahead with this guy. He's responding to Miguna's interview yesterday on Obina's show.
Wewe ni mtu wa kuongelea serikali, hauko ndani ya serikali, hauko ndani ya Azimio. Wewe ni kimuntu tu uko ndani huko tu. Juzi ukasimama hapa, ukakuja ukaomba kiti ya gavana. Ulituzi akina Mike Sonko. Ukasema hawa ni watu wa Mandawa. Hauna akili. Mtu anasema amesoma, Mike Sonko Wakenya wakamchagua, hawakukuchagua. Ukasema Kindero ni mjinga zui nini, Wakenya wakamchagua. Kwani wewe uwezi kaa chini unjirundie, unjiulize wewe unateteanga nini? Kama uko kwa Zetani, uko kwa Zetani. Wewe uwezi karibia kwa Mungu. Na nataka kuambia Miguna, hiyo matuzi yote umetuzi Raila. Utakuwa unamtuzi, tunakutuzi takataka wewe. Unatuzi Raila, tunakutuzi. Njoo hakuna kitu. Wewe ni wakili hata ukienda kotini. Leo hii nimeita Miguna takataka. Enda koti. Nikuja hata sitaweka lawyer. Njoo ujue wewe haujakuwa akili yako. Afadhali kuwa mlemavu wa miguu kuliko kuwa mlemavu wa akili. Kama hii Miguna. Ndio kila asubuhi Kama hujatuzi Ruto, kama hujatuzi Raila, unasivu Ruto. Yule Ruto unasivu hawezi kukupea hata kazi ya watchman, kwa sababu anakujua ukizaa ingia ile utatoka naye ni hiyo serikali utaiharibu yote. Kama ungeenda nje wewe, hii Kenya ingechomeka. Na ndio watu waligundua kumbe huyu ni maskini, anagonganiza watu wauane. Ulikuwa unafikiri Raila ni mjinga? Ana watu kama sisi tuna akili. Sisi tuko na familia, tuko na mali. Ndio tulisema utaapiza Raila, tukasema hii ndugu iende. Ukaenda, si Raila ni wafuasi wake. Sio ndio tulisema uende. Na kama wewe ni mwanaume, ulikuja Meru ukasema huwezi tishwa na mlemavu. Mbona hukufanya hata mkutano? Wapi ulijaribu Meru kusimama? Ukisema ni mlemavu, nilikukimbiza kama paka. Hata hapa. Si ulisema ati hii serikali kama Raila angechukua serikali singekuja Kenya. Hata saa hii mahali utakuwa unafanya mkutano utuzi Raila, hapo ndio tutakuwa tunazana na wewe. Kenya tunataka mtu wa kukosoa serikali na njia ya heshima. Kenya tunataka watu wa serikali waongeleze Raila na njia ya heshima, kwa sababu hii kazi yeye UC ya kumpeleka mbinguni. Ameenda Kenya raundi 10. Sasa haka kakiti ya yeye ndio mnasema Raila asaidiwe. Raila hata akitaka 1,000. Na niambia watu wa Kenya kwanza kuna kitu hamjui. Raila saa hii akiambia wafuasi wake hana pesa. Hii tu pesa mumeomba njuzi mnashika, unaona president anashika kibao kama mbona ile ya Safaricom hivi akiomba mbega. Anaishika hivi ndio usaidiwe. Raila akitaka pesa hawezi enda nje kuomba. Anaambia wafuasi wake ndio hiyo deal. Kila mtu aweke 100. Tunachangia Raila bilioni 100. Sasa ni nani mnacheza na ndamu yetu nyinyi? Sisi ni watu wa Raila ndamu. Na nataka kuambia Meguna, na niambie mtu anaitwa Babu Owino. Babu, wewe ni kijana. Huyu ndugu hajawahi simama hata kiti achaguliwa na mtu yoyote. Ni mtu anasemanga amesoma ati huyu nini? Babu Owino aliomba kiti ya Embakasi, amechaguliwa. Akaomba tena, akachaguliwa. Sasa huyu mtoto mdogo hivi unazindana naye umsaidie na nini? Kwa hivyo nataka kuambia Meguna, toa kofia ya Islamu. Islamu ni watu wako na heshima. Islamu si watu wa kuropoka. Islamu si watu wa kutusiana. Tumezaliwa na wao maua. Islamu ni watu wa kuweka amani. Na sisi kama Wakristo hatutaki kuona mtu anavaa kakofia. Na Waislamu nawaambia mkemee hii shetani. Namba 2, hii yote unapingana ya kutuzi uhuru. Ulituzi uhuru kutoka miaka yako yote ukifikiria matuzi iko na kazi Kenya. Hiyo serikali ya uhuru na ilikuwa na Ruto ndio walikuambia wewe uende nje. Kama ukumbuki Ruto alikuwa deputy president. Na tabia yako ndio alikupeleka nje. Saa hii ndio president wa Kenya. Karibia State House ndio hujui kitu. Kwa hivyo matuzi ile unatuziana ni yako. Na ile swali lingine mko naye mniulize, hii ni takataka, ni mtu useless, ni mtu hata watu wafuasi wa Raila usije ukaweka kitu ya Meguna hata kwa akili. Na naambia Obina bana, usio unaita ndugu kama hii nakuja kutuzi mzee hapo bana. Obina wewe tunakupea heshima. Acha kuita ndugu kama hii nakaa unacheka akituzi baba. Si tunaumwa. Tujawahi tuzi Ruto zizi matuzi ile mnatuzi Raila hapo. Mnajisifu mnaziunga serikali takataka. Bullshit.
Nimeona Miguna akauliza swali pale na mwanahabari kwamba kitu gani hasa kilimfanya kwamba aende akaapishe Raila Odinga.
This is pure comedy. That's why I'm playing it. It's comedy. It's funny. There's nothing substantially saying, but it's funny. Let's go ahead though.
Na kitu ambacho alijibu kule alisema kwamba alifanya kufosiwa kusoma ile hadithi ilikuwa imeandikwa pale ndio apishe Raila. Labda unazungumzia vipi hiyo ile huduma alifanya kule akiapisha Raila Odinga?
Meguna alisema alienda kuapiza kwa Raila kwa sababu alisukumwa. Ile ni mbega. Ukiipea pesa leo hii itaenda iongea mambo mengine. Kwani sisi hatakuwa? Mbona sisi hatukusukuma tumwapishe? Kwani hakukuwa na akina Kalonzo na wengine wamesoma kuliko yeye? Kwani yeye peke yake ndio lawyer angesimama amwapishe? Akina Kayuang walikuwa si waliapiza Raila, mbona hawakuenda hawakutoka Kenya waende huko? Kwa sababu huyu ni mkora. Uwezi kuwa unafanya vitu zingine na uko na passport 2. Miguu yako imekanyanga hivi. Akasema huko ni kwake. Amekuja, hata nilikuwa nafikiri kikikuja Kenya kinakuja na kitu ama anakuja kufanya kitu Kenya. Nilikuwa nafikiri kinakuja Kenya kufanya kitu. Kumbe ni chokora tu. Ya kuvuka hoteli zimechoka. CCTV imechoka kukuchukua picha. Ukikunywa maji hoteli unakunywa hii, kaa kwako. Tuambie kazi yako. Tuambie ofisi yako ya lawyer ni wapi. Wachana na Raila, wachana na Ruto. Na nataka kumwambia Mheshimiwa Ruto, leo hii nakupea heshima Mheshimiwa Rais na kuita rais. Mambo ya mtu yoyote anatuzi Raila bila sababu. Kama unataka kuondokea, tuliambiwa tunyamaze. Si Raila alisema tusituzi serikali, tuikosoe. Lakini kama mmeanza matuzi, si tuko rende. Lakini hatuwezi ngoja kimutu kinakuja hapa na mtumbo mrefu, mlemavu wa akili au anaropoka kila siku. Anaharibia watu ati ulisukumwa. Ukaapiza Raila, sema ulikuwa unataka pesa. Mbona wengine walikuwa hapo hata hawakuulizwa, lakini juu unataka kuchoma Kenya. Sisi tuko na mali Kenya. Sisi tunalipa ushuru Kenya. Wewe hauna kitu, hatutakubali uchome Kenya. Opposition kazi yetu tunalipa ushuru na tunakosoa serikali na tuko kitu moja. Ile kitu tunapigania ni uchumi ya Kenya. Si kuchoma Kenya Miguna. Na hautaichoma. Enda kwa Sundri, Oscar Sundri, utasikia hataki Kenya ichomeke. Enda kwa Murkomen, hataki Kenya ichomeke. Enda kwa Kithure Kindiki, hataki Kenya ichomeke. Enda kwa Mithika Linturi, hataki Kenya ichomeke. Enda kwa watu wa Raila kama zizi, hatutaki Kenya ichomeke. Kitu tunataka serikali ifanye kazi bila inafaa. Lakini hii takataka inataka Kenya ichomeke ndio haina kitu. Ni mtu wa kuzunguka na ndio akituzi Raila na kutuzi Ruto na kutuzi Uhuru. Kila mtu unamtuzi ndio hakuna kitu uko naye. Na kama uko naye enda mahali wewe tunaweza patana. Wewe kwenda huko. Mimi siwezi ogopa hata mtu kama huyu. Ni nini mnaogopanga? Kula ni shinda. Kulala ni shinda. Kukaa ni shinda. Taka.
Swali la mwisho, Miguna aliulizwa kwamba anafikiri kwamba serikali itafanya kazi na Raila Odinga. Maanake tunamwona kwamba rais anampigia debe pale kupata ile kiti ya Jumuiya ya Afrika. Na akasema kwamba tulijua Raila ni conman. Maandamano ishakwisha, sasa ashaingia kwa serikali na kuna watu ambao walikufa time ya maandamano. Hamna mtu yote anazungumzia. Je, unaongea vipi kuhusu mambo kama haya?
Unasikia kinauliza kinasema Raila aliingia kwa serikali. Ati Raila ni conman. Na watu walikufa wakati ya maandamano. Hao wamekufa wakati wa mvua Raila, kwani Raila ni mochari? Miguna ni mtu mjinga. Raila si mochari. Hata Raila akinyamaza leo hii watu watakufa tu. Lakini kwa sababu Miguna ni mbega. Na natakanga watu waelewe kwa nini naitanga Miguna mbega. Miguna ni technical mbega. Ni kama yule street mbega, ni vile yule ako kwa barabara unamuona na kakitu ya kuomba pesa. Hii ni technical mbega. Anasemanga Raila ni conman. Raila hata kama Raila awe conman yaji, ako na watu kama sisi tuko nyuma yake, ako na 6 million. Miguna mjinga. Raila ako na 6 million watu wale wanamfuata. Ako na over 10 million. Raila yule mnaona. Alafu uita mtu kama huyo conman. Raila ile kitu iko. Raila kitu analeta Miguna ni kufunza leo hii. Raila hataki Kenya ichomeke. Ruto hataki Kenya ichomeke. Uhuru hataki Kenya ichomeke. Kalonzo hataki Kenya ichomeke. Mudavadi hataki Kenya ichomeke. Njoo hataki Kenya ichomeke. Na Makarena hataki Kenya ichomeke. Kama hiyo ndio itafanya tuito conman, si ni conman. Kitu tunataka zizi ni serikali isikie wa Kenya wanaumia ndio ya uchumi. Tunaambiwa dola imeteremuka. Miguna akiwezi jua kwa nini imeteremuka na watu hawana pesa kwa mifuko. Ni mjinga tu anasema amesoma, kuna watu hawajasoma. Kusoma ya kuchangiwa na community. Ndio inakuja ututuzi. Namba 2 Miguna kitu anafaa ajue kwa nini Raila si conman. Raila angekuwa conman, angekuwa kila wakati yeye wanatarajiwa kuwa rais. Sasa kama Raila angeibiwa na huyu Chebukati wenu, sasa Raila angekuwa rais.
All right. Oh, crap. Ooh, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades. Sorry about that technical difficulties. I just hit the wrong button and I lost the feed there. But we're back. Anyway, that was just an introductory video, to be fair to all those who felt like yesterday it was in balance. I'm trying to be balanced. Yesterday, Miguna talked to, said what he said that I played the interview on Obena's interview that he conducted with Miguna. And I felt I should give Raila supporters something also to counter that. So I gave you that response by this gentleman called Macarena. So to me, it was hilarious. I enjoy it for its value, entertainment value, not for any kind of substance that he was speaking. There's nothing substantial about it. But anyway, back to the mada. Tuingie mara moja kwa mada. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, friends, enemies and comrades, please, the first order of business is to like the video. If you're already subscribed, like the video. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do that very quickly. Do that. Subscribe and put your notification on. So whenever I come in, have live, you can always jump in. Studio PMA Fungolio, there's a link there. If you want to join and discuss something, anything you want to discuss, we can get on with it. Okay? All right. Today, Azimio came out and spoke about a myriad of issues, including the flood victims and all that good stuff. We know how it is. Kalonzo had a press conference, and he was there with a couple of Azimio folks, and he made some stuff that he was talking about. Let's just hear Kalonzo Musyoka, and then we'll respond. All right. Just give me a second. I'm like all over today, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Again, let me play Kalonzo Musyoka, and we shall dissect what he's saying. Again, the point I want to drive here before we even get to Kalonzo is this. Remember, I made a video and I told you guys that every time Raila Odinga usually meets the ambassadors, whether it's the American ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, the EU ambassador, various ambassadors, whether it's for Germany, Switzerland, or whatever the case is, it's usually before Mandamano. And I made a video a day or two ago and said that this so-called speech that Raila gave, the so-called bombshell, as some people want to call it, or this outburst, when he was really criticizing the government, that was a prelude to the coming Mandamano, because the coming Mandamano is going to be about NADCO. Of course, they will not say that they're going to Mandamano because they want this NADCO implemented. They will be going to Mandamano for something else. Maybe they will say, if this doctor's thing did not work out, well, from all the reports I'm receiving, the doctors have resolved that issue, so we don't know how it will go. But you can see a list of demands, a laundry list of demands that Kalonzo was making, or complaints, let me just say that, okay, that Azimio has started. Today they met in Migori or somewhere else to talk about whatever the violence, the political skirmishes that was happening in Kisii and in Migori, I think, Migori County, or whatever the case is, Homa Bay County. And like I said, they have to go to Mandamano. People, Kenyans, I preach here every day, and I'll do so till ad nauseum. They have to create a crisis in the country in order to have the people, consent to this whole NADCO thing. They know that they cannot bring it through the parliament and just implement it. They have to go. We have to have a plebiscite. We have to have a referendum. But in the current political atmosphere, zeitgeist, if you want to call it, we cannot have a referendum because people are more worried about the cost of living, the economy, okay? So if you start bringing mambo ya referendum up, people will not be happy. Nobody cares about extra, the prime ministerial position or an extra CS that contravenes the, if you ask them to vote for that or go to have a referendum on that, they will probably shut it down because they'll be, there's no need of creating these extra positions, paying salaries, and and all that bonus for this new position that you want to create, while we cannot even sort out the economy. The worry today is, the floods. That's number one. Bei ya maisha, gharama ya maisha, right? That's always the key issue. Okay, the prices of food, on all these commodities that we use. That's what the Kenyans care about. So in order to get them to consent to see the need of a change in the constitution in favor of this political Kenyan elites, they have to create a crisis. Now, the crisis can only be created by these two. Number one, there has to be distinct. Raila cannot be on the side of Ruto. That's why you see he was speaking this whole, alikuwa criticizing the government. Okay? Because if the handshake remains the handshake, if they still have this amicable arrangement with Ruto, there's no way, they can have a crisis because they are on one team. In reality, yes, the handshake has taken place, but they have to divorce from each other politically in order to create a crisis. So the only way to do that is for Raila to move away, to distance himself from Ruto in order to sway his supporters, core supporters, to show them that, hey, I haven't sold out yet. I'm not with Ruto. I don't care about this AU seat. What I'm doing is I want to fight for you guys. I want to fight for a new dispensation, a new political arrangement, a new constitution that will be inclusive. That's the word they're using. But what we don't ask is inclusive to who? It's not inclusive as far as including us, the common wananchi, benefiting from that so-called inclusivity that they are propagating. They basically want to create new positions for themselves so that they can have a prime minister and people like Uhuru Kenyatta can go back and have become prime minister, and Raila can be the head of a position and all this, Mudavadi and all this, okay? But that is how they want to package it. They want to tell us that, in order to have a government that works, that's beneficial to every mwananchi, we need to change the constitution. Okay, that's what they'll tell us. But before they create a constitution, because they know right now nobody cares about that, they have to create a crisis. And how are they going to create this crisis? They will use Raila, who historically has been the guy who has the know-how of politically inciting the masses. Okay, so he will pick an issue. Okay, he will pick an issue. He can even start to make, tomorrow you'll hear him say, okay, we still don't have the IEBC. Why don't we have the IEBC? Tunaenda maandamano kwa sababu IEBC. You have them speak about, I just read it somewhere that they said, one of the demands that they made today, and I'll play that video by Kalonzo Musyoka in a minute, where they said, if they don't sort out this doctor's strike issue, they will join other unions, teachers and so forth, Azimio will, that is, join up with other teachers and all that other new unions and go to the streets for maandamano. So you see, they're already using the existing issues involving this government, taking advantage of those issues to use it as a reason to go to the streets. Then this maandamano, of course, once Azimio joined this maandamano, it will get violent. Yes, when the lawyers went to maandamano, there was no violence. When these doctors went to the maandamano, yes, the police kind of roughed up a couple of people, but it wasn't as massive as it was when Raila Odinga called on maandamano. So once the Azimio folks, Raila Odinga calls this maandamano, they want to make it as deadly as possible, because it is all about playing into the psyche of the local Kenyans, the people, the Kenyan people. They go there and they want to make it bloody. Mapolisi watatumwa. They'll show you these gruesome pictures of people getting beat up, shot, dead bodies flowing in River Yala, people being tear gassed, magari zinachomwa, the highway being burnt, cars being burnt, watu wanakuwa robbed. These are the pictures that they will remember. These guys are the people who run the media. Is it K24, 47, I don't know what, NTV, all this. They will use those media to show you these gruesome pictures. That fake, you remember that police officer who was pictured shooting one of the convoys, Raila's convoys, and they say ati huyo jamaa alikuwa anajaribu kuua Raila, which was not true, okay? So they will use those images to make people feel insecure. They have to create a crisis. So mkiona watu kama wewe umeishi kwa Kakamega, you are looking at the TV, unaangalia news, you'll be thinking, oh my goodness, hama jamaa, people are, the country is ungovernable. Raila Odinga, his supporters are going crazy in Kibera, they are destroying things in CBD. Okay, so ukiangalia TV, you'll be like, oh my God, we are insecure. We don't have security. There's no security. No one is safe. No one can do anything. So let these two people sit down so we can have peace. Okay, that's what they want us to do. Mwanze kuogopa, mwanze kusema, hey, oh my God. Remember Gaucho when he was taking those pictures, wakikunywa damu ya ninio, a goat. Then they made that video of Mungiki. Once Maina Njenga was brought back to the fold. They're telling us Mungiki youth are back. Wanasema zile vitu, a goat was being sacrificed, wanaanza kukunywa damu. They're telling us, hey, itakuwa the mother of all mandamanos. And they will cause chaos in Nairobi CBD and tear gas, and we know the drill, okay? And we saw that in whatever the atrocities that happened in Yalenda. They want carnage, images of carnage shown to the common mwananchi to drive you and think and feel helpless and insecure. Then you shall be like, oh my goodness, Raila, please, Raila na Ruto, please sit down so you can come up with a peaceful solution. Tafadhalini, kaeni chini. And you'll hear them, Haman Manyoras and this clergymen are going to this NTVs telling us, jamani, Raila needs to sit down with Ruto and figure out the way forward. This country needs to need to a peaceful resolution so we can have peace. And guess what they'll say? Okay. Wataingia hapo, watasema Kalonzo will come here handy and will come with the NADCO report and say, here is the solution. In order to have peace, let's agree on this NADCO. Let's implement it in the parliament, okay? To stop this violence so we can include everyone. Then the masses will feel like, oh, you know what? Since, if this will take us to have peace, let's accept it, because that's the only way we are going to have peace. Let's accept it in order to have peace. Then it will be passed overwhelmingly. You will see all those idiots at the parliament, the legislative body, voting for it overwhelmingly. Okay? Sending us to a plebiscite where we shall have to vote on it. And those who are swayed, scared by the violence that they'll be seeing in their TV screens will vote for a new constitution, believing that the new constitution will resolve the problems that we have, which will not. It will be just, like to quote Martha Karua, the big boys creating jobs for themselves. That's what they want. Like I said, in the beginning, if you remember, I keep on telling you, when the Mandamano started, before the first Mandamano started, Raila made it clear with his Azimio folks. They said they wanted something akin to the Kofi Annan Accord. What was the Kofi Annan Accord? The arrangement. It was a government of national unity. Which is what? Nosum Kate. Which is what? BBI. This was started during the Kibaki after 2007 elections and Neo Naizo Vitas at 2007 and 8. This was done in 2017. That's what he wants. And this time he wants it by changing the law to give these political elite class positions for themselves. Nothing to do with the plight that the common mwananchi is facing. That is the whole deal with this. That's why right now you've seen Raila Odinga alitoka Dubai and akaanza kuzungumza. He's creating that tension between distinguish, create a new distinction between the government and the opposition. Yes, remember vile after your handshake, after the meeting with Ruto, with Museveni, everyone was upset because everyone was like, okay, now we don't have opposition. And he was quiet about everything. He was not mentioning anything. Then watu wakaanza kumninio, criticize. Why is Baba quiet? Why is Baba quiet? Then he came out and said, after he was ninio, people was ninio, then he spoke up. Then akanyamaza tena. So people started saying, Baba is not active because he has been promised kiti ya AUC. Then akapotea kidogo, then came back juzi and started speaking this because now he's creating that tension. But in real sense, he is working with Ruto. Skizana, it's a game. It's a con game. Long con game between these political. This is just to do unaona. And like I said, I will repeat. Before every mandamano, listen to me very carefully. Before every mandamano, go check. Before every mandamano, Raila always meets the British High Commissioner, the American ambassador, the EU ambassador, and all these Western ambassadors. That's always the drill. Remember, last week when everyone was asking, why did Meg Whitman go to visit Raila Odinga in his house? Why is Raila Odinga meeting with all these European ambassadors? Go look. Ile mandamano ilipita. Before he went to mandamano, he met the then High Commissioner, the British High Commissioner yule alienda Pakistan. He met Meg Whitman. He met others. Then after that, a few weeks after that, akaenda mandamano. He announced that he ended mandamano. And the same thing he did. Alienda kakutana na ambassadors. After meeting these ambassadors, he went to Dubai. After going to Dubai, akarudi akaanza kusema zile vitu anasema. He was really video. So that's the deal that this guy. Let's listen to Kalonzo Musyoka. Listen to what he was saying today. He was speaking somewhere about whatever, about criticizing the government or whatever the case. So far, Kalonzo ameacha ile makampeni zake. I think he saw the light or something. I don't know. But anyway, let's listen to what this the Azimio folks were saying today. I think there was another press conference with Sifuna, but we'll get to that later. Wacha tusikie ya Kalonzo. Here it is.
Azimio wakiongozwa na Kalonzo Musyoka. Kwa sasa wanatoa taarifa kuhusiana na matukio.
By the way, if you're joining me right now, please, if you're watching me on X, please go to YouTube. You see my name right there. I type my name on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Like this live. Like this video. Like it right now. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this channel. Let's go ahead.
Yanayoendelea humu nchini. Tusikilize wanayosema.
Having the Central Committee meetings going on, and Mwangi wa Iria as well, Governor Mwangi wa Iria. So this is a collective Azimio statement, and I need to say I mentioned this to our team leader. As you know, I think it's now clear that Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga remains our team leader until after the elections in 2025. And this should put to rest then some of the concerns expressed countrywide about his recent tour of Mukuru with us in Azimio, and the remarks that are made, which are in line with the proper running of opposition politics. I'll deal with first the raging floods being a national disaster. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition is deeply concerned about the serious disruptions the heavy rains continue to cause in the country. In the last few days, the country has witnessed heavy rainfall with widespread destructive floods on our dear citizens, materials, the economy, indeed the environment. The floods have affected most parts of the country.
I just know that from the moment that
Azimio expresses its sadness about the increasing number of casualties of the raging floods. The media report indicates that there are over 238 people dead, 300,000 households displaced, and still 75 people missing. 150 schools are also directly affected. Residential buildings are collapsing, like the one going on in Uthiru. Farms submerged, 178 dams and reservoirs bursting their capacities, and several people at risk of contracting waterborne diseases. We wouldn't even say several people, the risk, a lot of people. That the Delta region, for example, because the River Tana, as you know, down from up on the Seven Forks dams, as the river races towards the Kwaruben Secondary School in Nairobi, this would have been an even worse disaster. A press conference in the presence of Deputy President for allegedly miscommunicating and contradicting the president. It is now turning out that it is President Ruto and his regime that misled the country with regard to El Nino. He has recently admitted that the meteorological reports paint a dire picture, quote unquote. This is coming too late in the day from a regime that is in itself a disaster.
Hey, you! Stop what you're watching right now.
Okay, we are going to stop it right there. But the whole point that I'm trying to drive home is this. Now you notice that Azimio are sharply criticizing this government. Unlike before, after the handshake, they were kind of split. Remember when once Raila met Museveni and Ruto, Azimio was split. Kalonzo alianza kutembea kutafuta kufanya ninio yake, because everyone was talking about, okay, who will take over from Nani, who will take over from Raila, who will be the next candidate. And Kalonzo started, campaigning, basically met up with Uhuru and Gideon and, campaigning huku na pale. Joho was busy fighting for the Ninio takeover for who is going to be the head honcho, ODM with Ombetsa. And Babu Wino was saying Atayepia, he has to be considered. Martha Karua wasn't even nowhere to be found. She didn't even, she was trying to concentrate with Kioni on something. So Azimio was all over the place. But now you realize, now you see them, they're again coming back. Raila is putting the house together. He's trying to, bring them together to be that unit, to try to show Kenyans that they are actually the opposition, because the consensus was, the feeling among Kenyans was, we don't have an opposition. Opposition have been co-opted. Okay, Ruto can do whatever he wants, right? Raila ameshapewa ninio, anapromisiwa AU, and the rest are just scattered. The head, unajua ukikata kichwa, the rest imekufa. So you saw everyone was running around, kila mtu anafanya mambo yake. But now Raila, in order to actually make this opposition be something that counts, he has to bring them together. Now he's bringing everyone together. You see, he's trying to activate things. Martha Karua is going to have that Limuru 3, waongee na get the gamer community, waongee huko na wakina Gachagua na sijui nani. Raila is trying to bring Ombetsa together with Joho to stop this whole kupigania hii, who will be the next ODM head. Okay, anaambia Babu Owino, naona amepoa sasa. Ile mambo yake ile alikuwa anafanya huko na wakina sijui nani wapita Keter, hiyo pia imepoa. You see that is bringing them together so they can become opposition, so that people can stop seeing them as this fake opposition, which they are. They are fake opposition. These people are all working together. Wanajifanya tu hapa for their own ninio. But anyway, so that was what's happening with as far as this Azimio folks with Raila is trying to work out. So what I will say is, for the coming months and weeks, let's watch what's going to happen with Azimio. You'll see there'll be more tension around, tension created between the ruling party, Kenya Kwanza, and Azimio, because they have to create this Ninio. The issue of, like I said, the NADCO, I've been asking, the NADCO issue hasn't been resolved, because the NADCO issue is what is supposed to resolve the issue ya IEBC. Remember, right now we don't have IEBC, so MP wako akikufa, we will not have a representative, okay? So this is what will be brought about, but they have to create this tension fast before they have to get your manufactured consent. That is the deal I want to talk about. Now, I'll finish with this. Uyu Linturi. Linturi, I don't know what to tell you about Linturi. Linturi should be someone who is in jail somewhere. I don't know why he's still out walking around. He had something to say today. I guess the 11 panel members have started their jobs. The final report, I think, will be next. Is it next Monday? Next Monday is when we'll know what his fate is. But Nani, the person who brought up this motion here, Linturi, is still telling the members of the legislative body that, hey, please consider those death threats that I got. That was not a joke. And so forth, so forth. Let's listen to Linturi. Linturi had something to say too. He was saying something. He was incoherent, talking about stuff that didn't even make sense to me. But maybe you can make sense of what he's saying. But let's listen to Linturi. He had something to say. I'll play this. It's a short clip of Linturi, what he had to say today. Linturi is all over the place. Huyu jamaa sijui vile bado akona job. But he's, I don't know. Anyway.
That you are referring to as a proxy. The mover accepts in before this committee that was called, I was having a discussion with the so-called, with the person that you are referring to as a proxy. One wonders what is it that was being discussed. So, members of this committee, I would want to say one time that as we look into this matter, let us really look at the matter on the basis of evidence and the fact. I am ready to defend myself, and I really know the pain that the number of farmers that really interacted with the few bags of fertilizer, I really feel for them. And I've taken corrective measures from the ministry. Those people that we believe were culpable have already taken plea. And Chairman, I want to leave it at that, but it's very painful for me because when I took over the ministry, the country was in a crisis, didn't have food. We were trying to import food. We've produced 67 million bags within the first year. And when we are telling people going back to the farms, I thank the farmers that came to listen to us. I was shown Jahon, and because this is what I want to call occupational hazard, because it comes with the job I'm doing. But remember, members, I sat on that side for 15 years. You may also cruise to this side. So as you decide on this matter, please note do injustice. Thank you so much.
I think it's dawning on him that he might actually be impeached, because before that he went to when he was speaking in public, he was like, nobody, the only person he reports to is William Ruto. But now he's pleading with the members of that committee to to check on this matter. And this man is a clown. He needs to Ruto needs to clear house. I'm not going to advise Ruto. I'm not a supporter. I've never been a supporter of Ruto, but since he's the president of Kenya, Ruto, you need to clear house. Moses Kuria, Linturi, Nakumecha, Vinyangarika, remove them. We can. It's not funny anymore, Ruto. It's not funny. Let's listen to this lawyer. What's his name? Lawyer John Kamenwa, who really kind of hit his home. I like this man. He's an old man, very wise. I will kind of shorten it. I won't. Hold on. if I can. All right, let's just finish with this. I think Kamaniwa will wrap it up quite speak succinctly about the issue regarding the CS Linturi. He should be in a committee. Linturi should be in committee. There's absolutely no reason why this man is still a CS. These guys are grossly incompetent, and that reflects on the president. The buck stopped with the president. There's no CS messing up. If these guys are not impeached, then Ruto should look in the mirror and ask himself some hard questions, because this is not a joke. It's not a joke anymore. It is there for everyone to see that these CSS that CS amechuchagua, they're incompetent. Na hiyo upuzi ya kusema ati people are being targeted. I used to see that. There's a lady who was made rounds on the news who was saying that, sisi Meru are being targeted. Even the Macarena guy who I played was talking crap about Miguna, was doing the same thing. Our people are being targeted. Ni mtu wetu. Anadua sasa you are Meru are being targeted. No. He needs to be out. It's not a matter of being Wameru. And this is, it's always like that. Hata vile Matiangi, they were going for Matiangi. Some Kisi guys also stood up and they're targeting Kisis. We need to stop this nonsense. If you're incompetent, unatoka kwa ofisi immediately. This is not a joke anymore. Okay? I'll let Kameniwa speak, then we shall see. Let's see. Let's get to Kameniwa. Kameniwa had something really. I like listening to this gentleman. He's really wise, and let's listen to it, and we'll see what.
Select members. It's a great privilege to me to appear before you, particularly at my age. Last time I appeared in this matter of this kind,
I'll forward it a little
was
bit.
when we were handling substantially similar to the matter we had in Golden Park. Honorable members of the Select Committee, we have always had a problem in this country since we got independence. And the problem is of what I term, and some academicians term, portfolio corruption. Individuals who have been given portfolios and they are corrupt.
Absolutely.
The word corrupt here does not necessarily mean one taking money, but one not being responsible in his job.
Yes.
Or the job that he has been given by the president or by the state.
Did you hear that? What he's saying, and I wanted to quote that, it says it's called portfolio corruption. And corruption does not necessarily mean that money has been lost. He's referring to the people who are given that responsibility in a certain docket are not responsible. They don't act responsibly. And that is enough to get you out of office. We should have higher standards when it comes to these public offices, CS position especially. We can't have people joking around like Moses Kuria, who speaks recklessly whenever he's given any limelight by the media, the Neo. So this is what we are talking about. I will talk about something else just to finish. We have our friend here, some guy, not our friend, but there's something that I'm making rounds here with our friend. Not my friend, I'm just saying using that word loosely. Mr. Kimani Mbugua seems to have lost his shit. I don't know what's going on with this young man. He probably needs some help or attention. But this was kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this, but let me just play this so you can understand what I'm saying. Okay,
Somebody who owes me money. If you owe me money, 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 my number is 0741954681. This is my number. Toma M-Pesa hapo. 0741954681.
Okay. That gentleman, I think his name is Kimani something. He was a former radio host or something like that. And he's been posting some videos that are not are kind of disturbing. He seems to be bothered by something. I don't know. Last time I saw his video, he was smoking ganja, saying, "Hail Satan, I'm done with the Bible," and all this. I don't know what's going on with his life, but if you are related to that man, please reach out to him. Take his phone and find out what's going on. He's talking about if you owe him money, send him some money. If you owe that gentleman money, please reach out. Reach out to that man. He seems to be, something happened. The guy obviously is disturbed by something. Reach out. People, unajua economy hits people differently, okay? Kuna wengine they can take it, kuna wengine wanakunywa pombe, wengine wanavuta bangi. This generation, especially the younger folks, ama jamaa, they're built different. Mtu atachukua vuta bangi aingie kwa ninio na ajichape bunduki mkiangalia ama na ajinyonga mkiangalia. So reach out. I saw a clip of Kifi in another show when he was asking about it was so funny. Funny but not funny. They were talking about mental health. They were talking about stress, and the Kifi was basically like, "What is stress? No, what is depression?" That was the discussion. It was like, what the fuck? But anyway, basically he was just in short, like Andrew Kibe was saying, depression ikitu, it's natural, unaweza kudeal nayo, whatever the case is. It's not something that should be a disease. The whole point is this. There seem to be it's almost a fad to people talk about mental health, depression and all that. Now, don't get me wrong. Depression is real, okay? People just handle it differently. But I'm saying, just to finish with this, kitambo, when we used to care about each other, we used to live as a society, we had support structure, okay? Where if you're stressed, you reach out to your friend, you reach out to your buddy, member of family, and you talk it out. Because you see, unajua mtu, you only become depressed when you see there's no solution to the problem that you're facing. But if you have people around you who talk you out of it, can give you some options to the problems that you're facing, it alleviates some of these negative feelings and it gets you out from sinking deep into alcohol abuse, illicit drug usage, and this kind of behavior we saw from this young man. So, tafadhali, reach out to that guy, man. Unajua tunaweza make jokes of somebody like that on Neo. The next thing you know, you lose somebody. Okay? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, and comrades, it's been 1 hour. Please do me a favor. Go ahead in my YouTube channel. Type that name, Kenya Revolutionary, or you can find me on X. Follow me on X. Subscribe, share, comment. Okay? And like this video. Okay? And I will see you guys later. Amani namna gani. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow or the next time you see me. Ama? Peace and blessings.